Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, are we on? I'm up. I'm up. Oh. Anyways. Oh yeah. Um, we're in a new setting right now. We're in a new background. It took a long. It did not really took a long while, as you can see. As you can see, it did not take a long while for me to draw this. I draw this by myself, and yeah, it's rushed, but we're still starting. But with this, I've been while I was away, I've whoops whoops. While I was away, I was thinking of actually songwriting. I was actually make well trying to like compose and like doing some songwritings. I actually thought of actually thought of you know what other things I could do in streaming aside from from gaming and just chatting and just drawing streams. And then it I got into an idea of like I wanted to make a video essays, those video essays of like reviewing or talking about some like a piece of media and some stuff. Yeah, I wanted to do that because I really love watching those are like if I don't watch like a show or something, or if I'm done watching a series or a show or a film, I run to YouTube to find like a review or an essay about it. Or even in like TikToks, I like some people who like review movies and stuff or talk about like certain medias, and even for like from games and all. I just realized my jacket blends in the background. Jesus Christ! And also my chair is small. Anyways, aside from that, I love like making I like making those types of things. No, I mean I love listening and watching those things. I don't know. It's just like as much as it's calming, it's also it 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 it's nice to hear people dissect a certain piece of media that would resonate to them, or that help could help resonate to people. And I that's why I kind of love like that's why media literacy is something that I really I really care about it, especially right now, which is somewhat worrying. Sorry if I like I sniffle a lot because I'm still like that not I'm not that Gucci right now. I don't feel so good. That But I'm like I can still like I don't sound stuffy, but there are times that I'm like I got a sniffle. I'm still a sniffly boyo because one thing that happened to me after that New Year's Zatsu is that I have allergies. My allergies sprung up because there's a stray cat that got into my room because I would tend to open my window rather open my window to let some fresh air in, of course, and to make my room a little bit cooler. But that costs me of like stray cats going into my room. And then this allergy of mine happened like occurred not so long like during during lockdown, because we had a pet cat back then. They were very she's a very sweet cat, but I don't know, maybe because there are times when you can develop allergies when you get exposed through a lot of the certain allergens. So what happened is that, yeah, I'm currently allergic to cats and doggos. Well, not that deathly allergic. Well, like one touch and I'm like sneezing all around. But yeah, it's more. I'm more. Like in terms of dogs, I can still pet them. I mean, I can still pet them, but like staying with them for a very long time actually just causes my allergy to act up. So yeah, I've been suffering right now with my allergies. I've been taking my meds, but sometimes sometimes it doesn't go off. I need to like do some cleanup afterwards after the stream. But yeah, I'm so sorry that I had to delay this stream for a couple more days and other streams that I haven't done because I wasn't really feeling well. And yeah, and currently it's somewhat of a tough time, you know, but we have no choice but to keep going on, to keep on going. We drink some water. So she's rambling. So video essays, right? So basically I wanted to make video essays, but at the same time there's this thing I I don't know. I I would love to make video essays, but at the same time, it's just too much work for me of like scripting, finding clips and all that. And I'm like, what is something I'm good at right now? What is something I'm not good at, but like I'm all right with right now? And that made me think of like, oh yeah, I want to talk about like a lot of things, like books that I love, animes that I love, music albums and music that I love, pieces of media, film and all that kind of shit that I love so much that I really want to talk about to people, but I don't have a choice. I don't have a chance to talk to people. Like, of course, I have my friends that'll like blabber their ears off. Okay, I have my friends, and I know they're kind of they're probably sick of how much I talk about the impact of Lady Gaga in my life and how much she changed the whole entire pop industry. But I want people to know more about the shit that I love and as to why I love them. Ow. Also, that's just my keyboard. Anyways, I know I blabber a lot. So basically, I'm just explaining to you what the fuck is she's rambling. So, and also with like video essays of like, if I don't like, if if it pains me to do video essays, because I have stuff that I'm trying to plan, and I have to edit like hours of footage of other stuff that I want to do, like playthroughs and stuff that I couldn't stream, right? But and then one thing of like, I don't want to like get this certain thing that is full of like script of like whatever my thoughts are, be it like marinate for a long time because of editing and stuff and all that. And then I remember, I could just talk about it on stream. It's like, it's a Zatsu. But then it's like, I already do Zatsu dance. What's the point of this thing? It's like, podcast. So it's like a little podcast. It's just me hyper focus on like whatever like piece of literature, piece of media that I would love to talk about, and it would, and basically not only that, I would give my thoughts about that certain media as to why it impacted me so much. And also I also wanted like open conversations of thinking about like looking like enjoying media, but also thinking critically about it, of like how it impacts you and how it impacts your life and all that stuff, and how it impacts all over the people around you, or like your society and stuff. Because it like media, just like art, like any art in general, is a powerful can be a powerful statement, and a powerful medium of expressing yourself. And it's lovely that I'm given the chance, and given like the support, I guess, of, you know, of doing this, and trying to not be afraid of speaking my thoughts into like getting into deeper stuff. I want to get into like the deeper stuff that I often think about certain medias, but I don't talk about much, because I'm kind of afraid of what will people think. But at the same time, people have been thinking about this, and I want to also put my piece into it, because it's like I know, like I know sometimes that like I'm kind of like I have this thought of like, I'm about to say something about this certain type of this certain, like, this certain piece of media, but it's already have been said. What else should I add? But at the same time, it's me. And also, I guess in this thing that I'm trying to start is also a way for me, and a way for you to know about me, and how my little stupid little brain works, and and the things that I like. Like, this is like this actual, if you think about this is a very roundabout way for me to do like those introductions, or like debut introductions. So this is just a very roundabout way, which is a very me thing to do. I like when things I like to do things, rather. I like to do things in a very roundabout way. Like, there are times that you could say, you should have done that, you could have done this and that. Just like, well, I already did it. No turning back now, fam. So, anyways, so yeah, welcome to She's Rambling. This is a thing of me. This is a segment of me just talking about a certain piece of media for an hour. There are rather a lot of spoilers. If you haven't watched, if you don't know what I'm talking about right now, this will be the first thing that we'll be talking about. And if you haven't watched the plastic cow, please, there's my pinned message in the chat. Please watch it. I recommend you to watch it, and also other stuff about it, because it's a lore. It's from an extensive lore, and it's but I'm focusing on this 30-minute ish video, which really kind of resonated me a lot, and it's really great. Hold on, let me just drink some water, and don't forget to also drink your own water. So you can see, you can notice that I slouch. I have that shrimp freaking posture, and also I think because of my camera that, you can see me clip through that. Ugh. Anyways, okay, so plastic cow. So if you I'm not gonna do a watch along for this, because I'm scared of like, I don't want to try my I don't want to do a gamble with my PC, with my laptop, of like doing watch alongs yet. But but for now, I'm sorry if we can't do a watch along of this first. Also, I don't know how to do watch alongs. I have to ask my friends how to do the timer thing, but bear with me. And also it's nice because we're gonna be like, not only I'm doing my homework for this, I actually did my homework for this while I was trying to recover. Hear that? I know it you can't, I know it's like you can't hear that much. I know you can't hear it well, but because the notebook I have, it's like padded leather, it's cheap. But yeah, that's paper. I did like, it's just 2 pages of notes, notes of my thoughts while rewatching that for the second time. But but I have a lot of thoughts about it in the end. It's just like footnote, like keynotes of what should what I'll be talking about. And yeah, if and before you, like, it's just like all those video, you know what, it's just like all those video essays of, like, if they're gonna do like this. Hold on, I have to do it too. Hold on. Text. Spoiler. Spoiler alert. Please watch the thing before you listen to me yap. You listen to me ramble about stuff. Is it good? is is this like this is the second time that I'm this, like, quote unquote prepared for something. Oh, isn't it great? Let me change the goddamn beep beep boop beep boop beep beep boop. Barbie. Do you have a Barbie font? Wow. I have a Barbie font. I didn't know that. You're done. Okay. We'll make it little. We'll make it a little. Yeah. Not that. Listen to me. I know. So this warning will be here for a while, you know. Oh, how the fuck do you do this? This is like me stalling again. Great. And if the chat replay doesn't, like, it doesn't pop up, I'll put it on the description. Ugh. Woo! I'll put the thing on the description. A little bit, make it a little. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, spoiler alert. Please watch the thing before you listen to me ramble about stuff. But if you want to get spoiled, just after you watch the stream, also just watch it. Just watch it. It's different when you it's really different when you watch something and people will, like, spoil you. It's different, to be honest. But at the same time, it is annoying when people spoil it for you. Sorry, just got distracted with, like, I just got distracted. My friend just was just rambling about the egghead arc of One Piece. And speaking of One Piece, I need to catch up in the anime again. I'm safe though. I'm kind of safe because I'm at a thousand and seventh episode, I guess. Seventh or one. Yeah, I'm almost there. I could catch up. I could catch up. Anyways, before I go yapping about One Piece, we go back to yapping about and piecing this plastic cow together. So, what is plastic cow? Basically, plastic cow is a 30-minute video, well, somewhat of a stream of my Kamioshi Vox Akuma. This is about here is purely out of passion and just me trying to express and trying to uh, analyze it on my own and share it with other people. Anyways, back to explaining what is this thing about. So basically, Plastic Cow is a 30-minute ish again. 30-minute ish stream where where Vox Akuma himself talks about an encounter he had during his month-long self-imposed quarantine due to what happened after the Demon Hunger's film release. Basically, if you're not updated on what the fuck is happening with Vox Akuma, after the Hunger release, he turned something really bad happened where he got attacked by three people, subsequently killing them and taking their souls. Thus, he changed the appearance wise of him taking he ate the souls of those three people, and he grew wings. He grew large. He grew wings and horns. Thus, he can't be around anyone. Thus, he did this month-long quarantine, and also with the fact of like the whole truth about himself being revealed. Things had changed. Anyways, with that, in the Plastic Cow, he talks about him in one of during his quarantine of him ordering something, ordering a food, and he let the delivery guy see his face, which none of like, and no one has seen his face for so long. No one has seen him in that form except for that dude for more than a month now. And it's structured in like if you've watched BoJack Horseman, like if you finished it, it's similar to Free Churro, with a bunch of like anecdotes and stuff, and also at the same time there's a really realization of how those things happen, like the things that happen. There are some reflection on it, which was really was a foil in trying to break away from the things that people expected, or people has expected them for a very long while to do. And yeah, that's like the most simplest way to talk about that thing, to talk about Plastic Cow in a non-spoiler way. But we're gonna talk about it with spoilers now. Actually, I shouldn't have I put the spoiler right now. Well, earlier, but I should have done it right now because we're gonna dive into it. So I'm gonna open the notebook. Let me just give you some. Yeah, yeah. It's actually, just like this. I have a lot of notebooks, but a small notebooks. I barely use them, except finally I have finally have a use for them, and that is taking notes and doing this. So basically, first it goes from like an anecdote of Io and Zeus, that Greek myth where Hera turned Io a nymph, and also a nymph who, like, Zeus, Zeus being Zeus, does his Zeus thing, and Hera saw it. Then Hera found out, and she turned Io into a cow, and then telling us of what happened as to why Vox Akuma was in like a self-imposed quarantine. And then there's like a cheering type of thing, cheering audio that you can hear before we start. So it's kind of a foreshadowing of what comes to this, what the culminating thing of, or like the overarching theme of the film, not film, but the video. So basically, the he talked about, like, the back, like, this a small background of the person, of the delivery guy, of like apparent, and because the delivery guy told him stories through the door, before, of like, oh, they worked at this old chip shop before, of like where the old owner does is adamant of not changing anything of his menu to to attract people, and then got replaced by, not really replaced, but there's an establishment that was at the core, like at the by, like, across the street, that is like, it was a burger joint apparently, and it's mysterious, of like everyone must have to book, apparently someone has to book. If you're gonna eat there, you have to book for like a month to go there, and all that kind of stuff. And then the owner of where the delivery dude checked out, of like, oh, what's this all about. So basically they went there, and the room is dark, and they sat in their designated seat, and on the table there's a plate, and there's a plastic cow on the table, just a little like a plastic cow. That's it. And then it just suddenly moved, and the food came in, and all the services came in, rather. And then at the end, the food was all right, according to the owner. And Mark, the delivery guy, thought that it's the owner's way of like not denying, of like there must be something novel, the or like that plastic cow joint thingy was something like actually remarkable. It's just that the owner is denying their greatness, just maybe because of like he's denying of like my chip shop could be much more better than that. And then the sales are dwindling, the customers and patrons are dwindling from that chip shop, and still the owner refuses to change the menu or add some stuff, to attract customers and all and all that. And with all that, Mark, the delivery guy, and left the place and worked there in the one with the plastic cow, and then he found out that, you know, it's actually just all right, and the owner wasn't really lying about it. It's just that it's all right. And then sooner, the the niche, or like the novelty, reached its its uniqueness and its longevity of like, okay, it's a plastic cow and we get served um you know meh food. And basically, what do I call this, of like, like people would still go there, but realizing that that the food is made like not out of like pure passion and stuff, no one will really want to go there again. So yeah, eventually the thing closed down, and Mark kind of blamed himself, and that resonated with with Vox and stuff. Kind of weird talk, like kind of weird talking about this, but but anyways, and with like, I guess, overcome with emotions and stuff, because it's quite an emotional well, it is an emotional story. And also like, I guess if you're like set, like if something that resonates you a lot, it's really like a touching like sad, very sad story. And also the video is also sad itself, but yeah, it leaves you pondering. Anyways, enough of before we get into it. um I hope no one will interrupt me, but before we get into it, yeah, he kind of did open he opened the door. Vox opened the door to, look at the delivery guy Mark, face to face, but then met. And then, yeah, if you saw a 7 foot 2 demon with horns and wings, but living in a like an apartment, of course you'd run for your life. But he dropped something, not only his cold food, but actually the plastic cow that, you know they've been talking about. Because the plastic cow, Fox also know about the plastic cow because his dad told him of like how like novel it was. And then he picked it up, and then it moved. It scared him, and he threw it on the wall. And then stuff came out of it, like little white beads that was supposed to be milk, which he didn't know. And he didn't know that not only that it could move, but it also has milk inside of it. Of like there could be other stuff that a cow could do, and they ruined it. They already broke it. And then he came into some realization of like plastic cows, or like cows in general, of like how would anyone know about like cows hurting because no one will milk them and stuff. Or like, no, like the cow won't like call, like tell the farmers of like, hey, could you please you know take some milk out of me, because or my others will hurt and stuff. And it got into thinking of like like we don't really we don't really milk a cow to save itself. Or like before that sentiment of like and all that, he posed a question of like to us, like to you, if you've been sitting in the dark and you've been mooing all the time, and people will pass by and just like, oh, they're mooing, okay, they're moving. They're just sitting. They're just looking at you, mooing, and all that, and all they think of you that all you can do is moo and you know entertain them with your mooing, without knowing the fact that you're actually hurting inside to release something, to get some release out of something that you can be much more of. And he posed that question to us, and if you that plastic cow, that all you do in that dark room is mooing, and you have those milky beads inside, and the only time you someone find out you have those things is when you broke them. And then they post the question of like, well, post a statement rather of, no one milks a cow to save its life. There's just thirsty. And then it cuts to like a scene of him breaking his yellow contacts, and then cut to a very very great rendition of Man of Oma Reprise, which is a track from his film. And that's it for the and that's the thing for the whole summary of it. It's I know I've left a lot of parts of it, but listening to him talking about like the talking how the thing goes, it's much more, it's I'm trying to be vague as possible on what I'm trying to spoil here, but just to like make just to reach because it'll be talking points afterwards and stuff, so most of them will be an important talking point to us here. So yeah, hold on. Just get me another drink of water. I have to keep myself hydrated, or else well, I'll be useless. I'm so sorry, by the way, if this is it's such a weird concept, or like weird. It's like iffy concept, but I'm happy about it anyways because I get to talk about the things I like nonstop. I get to talk about the things I like nonstop. That's all it matters to me. Anyways, so I have actually, hold on. So reviewing, I'll make my thoughts for it. Hold on, let me just. So my thoughts on it. It's really great. Of course I will. I know I'm biased, but at the same time, it's a really it's well delivered. It's a well delivered piece of, it's a well delivered video of, and it's the storytelling was told extremely well, and it's very natural and organic the way he talked about it, and also it will leave, as always, it's his thing of like of pieces of media that will leave you thinking, like afterwards you watch afterwards you would sit there and think about that for days of like, what the fuck just happened, of like, there's so much to talk about with that certain thing that you don't know where to start, just like anything. It's like everything he introduced us, to be honest. Anyways. Well, it's never not been an hour. Gosh, it feels like it. Hold on, I'll just drink on it again. But yeah. So, with that said, I really like it, of course. There are things I'm quite easily impressed, I guess, maybe, I don't know, but I actually do commend how well the delivery and storytelling was, and how organic it feels, and how impactful it was at the end, and the payoff was really really good, of like, why is it called plastic cow, what's with the plastic cow, and what does it mean all throughout the whole video, and it came full circle, and it's really really great. And I really really like, despite all this, despite all me talking about it in the most in the most like crooked-ish way, I would really really highly recommend you to watch the whole thing, because it's really really great, and I could not replicate the way he does it, of course, and props to him as always. Anyways, I really like I really like how the first, okay, by the way, I really like how the first during, well, because I was also watching it live, because I really like the way that, like, while watching it, it's like, this felt like I was watching there, like, this felt like it's from like, it's like free churro the free churro episode of BoJack Horseman, the way he delivered that thing. And I'm like, and then afterwards, like in a few like zatsus and stuff, he really did say that it's more like it's kind of a bit inspired of free churro. It's like, fuck it, I fucking told you it's like free churro. And I'm like, yeah, it's like, and it's okay, free churro is more like the one of my favorite episodes of BoJack Horseman. It's really really good. Yeah, really good episode. Amazing, in my opinion. One of the amazing episodes they created. I don't want to talk about what happened there, but yikes! But also, Jesus Christ, I props to you, fam. But yeah, it's reminiscent to Free Churro, the Free Churro episode, which I love. So, you know, props to it. And yeah, and the Man of Oma reprise. I think it's the reprise. That plays at the end of the Plastic Cow video. Anyways, with that said, of course I commend him for a lot of thought put into it. And yeah, I'm looking forward for other things like these again, you know. It's really freaking amazing. That man's brain, I swear to God, dude. I don't know why. Sometimes I'm like really, really thankful to have an Oshi that like picks in our brain, throws us in a vat of angst, and then we throw it back to him. Throw it no! No, throw angst back to him with fan art and stuff. Love it. It's very mutual angst. He's serving cunt and he's serving angst. Love it. Sometimes does it hurt? Yes, sometimes. Ugh, but I am a connoisseur of angst. I make angsty stuff myself, and yeah, I know my eyes are open. By the way, tracker. But yeah, so that's my general thoughts of the whole thing. But onto the like commentary itself, because I really wouldn't want to go into it, because that's what I've been thinking about since that thing was, the thing was released. It's like one of my Roman empires, if you think about it, because it's such the topic of the whole video is somewhat close to me, because I guess it really resonates with how me as a person, and him as him as a person, me as a person, as an artist, as a content creator in general, and all that, and the people I look up to and what their thoughts, it's just like similar and all that. And watching it really hammers the point of what I feel about like myself, and how, and also it shows that how he feels about everything, everything about this. And yeah, so we're gonna talk about it. So first main point is basically, I guess, um, watching through it the second time, and like watching it the second time really hammers home the point, and even I learned more, like thought more about it. Of, it's not just like, I think, in my opinion, it's not just the plastic cow is a metaphor for anyone, for him, or like you rather, but also the delivery guy's anecdote stories also represents different types of people in life, or like in this industry rather, like me in this like VTubing industry, of like this type of thing of making content, video and stuff, entertainment, in this type of entertainment. I can say I'm fairly new, because I'm not one to work in front of a spotlight. I'm more of a background type of guy, and I mostly, I hide behind my art, and I hide behind the things I contribute to make a show possible. And me being the center of it has never really been much my thing. But the people that I looked up to, like artists, like singers, artists, VTubers now, and all that. Really, I could learn stuff a lot of them. I learned stuff a lot of them for about this, not only VTubing but also content creating in general in this format. All I know, right? Like all I know is just me posting my art on social media and stuff, making stuff on like, you know, my speed paints on TikTok, speed paint on TikTok and all that, and then voila, that's it. That's my main thing back then. And me right now, doing all this, trying to grow, not only as an artist but also as a content creator now, that I've given a boost of wanting to do this, and given support from people that, you know doing this is kind of a bit of an honor and a privilege to do so. And people that inspired me, and seeing how they, knowing their struggles and showing it in an artful way, is really really inspiring. Of of wanting to get out, not wanting to not be put into a box. Basically it's just a way of saying the whole thing of this 30-minute long video that I'm talking about, is of him telling us that he doesn't want to be put into a box, of whatever box he was in there, that he thought that he'll have to do, even if he doesn't like it anymore. In a way, he wasn't that comfortable in doing so onwards, because yeah. So yeah, first is of course with the applause and stuff. It's indicative. The applause that you hear in the first minute, before him appearing in the screen, is indicative of what the whole thing we'll be talking about, is like him being an entertainer, him being a content creator. And also it's just, you know not only that it applies to him, but it also probably applies to you, and even probably applies not even not just in a content creator perspective, or like, artist perspective, but also like you as a person, you know. Sniffle, sorry, keep sniffling. That's nasty. I'm a nasty boy. That's nasty. Anyways. Anyways, yeah. And then first we're gonna go with the, the old man, the old owner's, Mark's old employer, chip shop, and the old owner itself. Basically, if we're going to talk about with this, it's in a way of the old owner. Um, it's like a metaphor of someone who tries to be true to themselves despite like people changing around them, people leaving them. They're still adamant in staying where they are and what they, to continue doing what they are good at doing. But the cost of it is that people get sick of it, or people are not like, not amused about it. Thus, when people when people will see another new fresh thing, aka the plastic cow thing, they would flock over it because, oh, it's new, it's fresh, and it's niche, and there's a cloud of mystery on it. But then you're there. You're someone that, as much as you are authentic to yourself and you don't want to listen to people about like changing your ways and stuff, you are left there. You're just there. Like, yeah, you're good at something, but you're left stagnant. And I think, like, even as someone, like, I think some people, especially if like you're a bit of a perfectionist like me, you have this kind of type of fear of like being stagnant. You'll hate being stagnant of something, on something that you do, of like, yeah, you've reached this level that you thought you couldn't reach for a while, but when the moment you reach it, you have this thing of like, oh, what's next? I need, like, oh, like you ride that kind of high of like, oh my god, I can't believe I I've reached this certain thing. I don't I you know I you ride through it, you ride the high of it for a while, but then you suddenly hit a wall. You suddenly hit the wall of like, what's next? Like, why is like, there's a you've kind of like flatlined, and then you kept wondering of like, why is it not working anymore? And then you're just stagnant. And if you don't, try to change or try to like find a way to like best your quote unquote best, your former best, then you just there frustrated, wondering what's the matter with you, and what's something that what why can't you grow at the same rate as other people growing and stuff, even if you and you look at the trends and stuff that you don't want to abide to it because it's not you. And that's what I think about like the old owner, with him refusing to, like, even refusing to use the internet for advertising and stuff, because for some reason it's kind of, so yeah, that's like what I think about that old owner. Some sort of perspective of like, yeah, it's good to be authentic to yourself, but I guess being too adamant of things not changing could also have a detriment in, in in expressing the art, but at the same time, like, how much can you be authentic? Like, I know and stuff of like, people will come, that people will come into stuff, that's the a very bad way in wording it. People will come by and will like something, even even if it's not much, but someone will, you know. It's a sentiment that I have to like, especially in this type of thing, that I had to put in my mind, because it's this is not like a very exponent. This thing is not an exponential type of thing. This, like, it's not very quick, and the way you grow here is not quick as you thought that it would, especially as someone who's indie like me. It's not like, very quick, duh. But if I don't know if I could like I don't know if I've already filled a niche for something, but people will eventually, you know will see you and probably stick with you. But yeah, that's what I thought about, like, the old owner, like, listening through the story. That's what I think of that person, of like being refusing to change, for the sake, even if, like, if it's the cost of like losing people to watch you and stuff, or losing people to grow with you, because or people outgrowing you, rather, because you refuse to grow yourself. But like, I feel like for me it's okay to like follow trends and stuff, but like, at the cost, but not at the cost of losing your identity, losing that make things that makes you you. And it's fine. It's not that bad. Change is difficult. Even some will be very, very difficult for others, but at the same time, it's the most constant thing in this world, which is kind of funny, because the most constant, there are like three, for me there are like three constant thing in this world: life, death, and change. And it's kind of funny that something that is constant is the one that keeps on, being, of like, of course, of, changing. And you can't really prevent it. Oh yeah, well, not really three, actually four, which is also time. But life, death, time, and change itself. You can't reverse life, you can't reverse death, and you can't reverse time, and you can't reverse change. No matter how much you try to, slow it down, it will get you eventually. I know, kind of fucking morbid thing to say, but it's the truth, to be honest. Oof, gosh. I'm sorry for being icky. Let me wet my throat. And then, second point is, I'm sorry. I know this is gonna be a very short stream. Everything in this stream, of this types of stream, would be probably like an hour or so. It doesn't. It's not gonna be as long, because it's just, I'm talking about one thing, unless if it's like multiple things I'll be talking about. Then there'll be another story. But okay. So as for the plastic cow. So yeah, of course, that's my point for like the old owner. And as for the plastic cow, is of course him, us, you. Of we can go into like stuff regarding him, of like, or rather regarding you, or like regarding us as a person, of like people have expectations of you, and people, um they give you that, you give people an impression, and they will always think of you as that way, I guess, for the rest of your life, especially if they just saw you as that, and you never interacted them into a deeper in a much deeper way, or like open up to them in a much more honest, authentic way of, with like, oh yeah, this plastic cow, this is a very novel thing of just yourself, and then you have your impression of people wanting, the impression of like, oh, you're this little plastic cow, and you suddenly move at certain points, and then people are amused of like, oh, this plastic cow actually moves, okay, do it again. Sorry, that's the fun. I'm sorry, like, of like, yeah, you move, this certain plastic cow that keeps moving, that moves, and I want it to move again and again and again and again, and yeah, until it, I guess, until its fucking voice, until its voice box runs out. You wanted it to move because the only thing people think, the only thing that plastic cow can do is move, and people will always, who comes by, uh, the first time will hear you move, and they will come back again. They will always expect you to move, but at the same time, internally, you are, in your head, internally, you are aching for, you're aching to get milk out of your others, thus those pearly white beads inside, you want to get it out of you because it hurts if you don't. It's like apparently normal cows, they like milking them, actually, like, this is the first thing I'm sorry. But sorry. I have a stool in me. I know there's a lot of like interruptions. I am so sorry. I could never have like a talking stream, a talking type of stream, without me getting without any interruptions. There is also something that interrupts me. But anyways, but yeah, we have that thing of like, I actually didn't know that like milking cows does help benefit them, of like, if you don't milk them, their udders will hurt. It will actually hurt if you don't milk them, rather than milking them hurts. And then to the milking them actually does benefit them, rather than, and we got into that point of like, what if, like, you are hurting inside, and you want to get this thing out of you, and apparently this thing that is inside you is much more beneficial and much more greater than the moves you have, the sound that you make, as a cow. If you were a cow, and people would pass by you and just expects you to move all the fucking time, and even if you're fucking hurting inside because no one tries, or no one tries to milk you. Don't take this in another way, or I'll fucking slap you. Don't take this in another dirty way. Get your mind off the gutter. No one will try to milk you. You have like something. You have this urge of like, I am much more than that. I have something to prove to you, that I don't just move. And I think that's what he was trying to say to everyone. Basically, I'm not just here just to move. I have something to show you that is much more greater and much more authentic than much more than just moving. I am not just here to move. I have milk, rather, to give you to release. That sounds so wrong. It sounds so wrong, but you know, bear with me here. I have like I have much more stuff that you think that you don't think that I have. I don't just moo. I also have milk to produce that I could produce, and if you just let me give me a chance to do this, then then probably I won't hurt anymore, and I'll be much more happier to do whatever I want without hurting. And I guess yeah, it's something of to ponder upon, especially the way we treat our artists. Of like, we put we tend we tend to put artists in a box, not just people, but also I'm also like I fall in that also kind of thing of there are times that I would probably do like put people in a box, people or even artists in a box of like they can only do this one. I only see them that they can only do this one thing, right? Of like, oh, this kind of artist can only do pop music because that's the only thing I could hear them, and I haven't heard of them hearing. I haven't heard, them doing this kind of thing. Let me just take it off because we're kind of done in the spoiler territory. But yeah, I only I only know them for doing all this stuff. I didn't know that they actually can do this type of thing. This type of thing that is off my expectation of them, or like my impression of them, because they always give that certain impression. I didn't know that they could do that type of thing, and it's also in a way of like, especially I guess in fan to artist relationship of they would artists us like us fans would like have us fans would also constantly demand of something that we are so familiar with of that art from that artist that sometimes we forget that some artists wants change too. They want to move away. Sometimes they get sick of things they've been doing from time to time, from a lot time to time, over and over again, and they want to change it up for sometimes. Because if you think about it, sometimes like even you don't like, in normal things, um you also get sick of doing things over and over again, like without any changes, like not no little changes to it, you know don't you get sick of it? I mean, sometimes repetitive stuff is nice, but like doing the same thing over and over again for the rest of your life is something. It's a very scary thing, in my opinion, because there's no room for growth, and there's no room for fun while growing, in my opinion. It's all in my everything about us is my opinion. I mean, you can disagree or agree with it, but yeah. But yeah. And I guess with like we tend to put people in a certain box, but at the end they want to break out of that box because they want to prove that they're much more than what you think they can do. That's like sometimes I like in my own personal a way, like in my own personal perspective or experiences, I don't like being confined into certain labels or certain stuff that makes me of I just because I am a girl just doesn't mean I can't do what dudes can't do. That's a certain sentiment that I've had when I was little, that I still do have, that I still live by till today. of like, I don't want to be sequestered into a certain category just because I've gave you that impression, or I've given you I made this certain type of thing. And it's also indicative, also reflective to of Vox Alchemist's journey in, making content to us. And he wants to be more than just what he was last year. And yeah, it's a way for him to tell us of moving on to the things that they moving on to things that he wants to do. I mean, to be honest, like, there's not much change. It's more of growth rather than change. There are changes that there are two types of changes that, like, a complete 180, and a complete 180 of what they're used to be. And there are changes that are just just an added extension, or like an added height, added height. How the fuck did he go from, like, I don't know, 178 centimeters to 220? How the fuck can 3 souls do that to you? Jesus Christ. I fucking and he has the fucking gall, and he has the fucking nerve to shit on short people. Like, I know, we're already short. You don't have to fucking stomp on us, okay? Like, we get it. We're short as fuck, fam. We get it. You don't have to rub it on our fucking faces, you goddamn buffoon. I love you, though. Of course. It's like, I need a tone indicator, of, like, tone indicator, like, /J/affectionate, before people would say I dislike him. No, I don't. It's like, by the way, if I gave an impression that I do not like this person, that is not my, that man is not my Oshi. Hello, think again. Excuse me. Excuse me. Look through my shit, look through my Twitter, and tell me I'm not I'm an anti. Hell no. I've been here. I've been here for 2 years now, fam. Oh gosh, I'm old. Well, not really. I mean, like, yeah, I'm 300 plus years old. But anywho, aside from that, but yeah, basically, of like, we shouldn't put people in boxes. Like, it's okay to miss people the way they used to be, but just keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. That's the, like, it's like this one thing, okay, not Vox related, but there's this one thing that I always notice when I go through, I'm a little monster, I'm a little monster since I was a wee baby, a wee lass. Since elementary, I've opened my eyes through Art Pop. I fucking opened my eyes to how great she is, even though I already know she is already great. It's just that mainstream media in my country demonizes her because religious imagery equals bad, satanic. Holy shit, goddamn, this country is so fucking horrible and so homophobic. Ugh, no. Anyways, before I could shit on about my country again, we go. Oh, this is like me. This is my normal thought process. By the way, I go into, like, hyper focus talking about the things like certain media and how I feel about it, to like to the most political shit that I could ever blurt out and stuff. I am so sorry about that. But am I lying though? I'm not. Am I lying though? I mean, the Born This Way era was a very very controversial era, but at the same time, it is one of the like amazing music that came out of it, and how much it impacted like people, especially the LGBTQ community. That era was like, it was amazing. I mean, she's an amazing artist. No one can fucking replace her. I fucking love her. I don't care what the stan Twitter says. I don't care about their stupid little blabbering. Yeah, she is the goat. She is the goat. She's one of the goat. And every stan Twitter's tweets are invalid. We're gonna talk about that shit in another stream. But yeah, but you know, there's just I've been there's like my pet peeve whenever I go into a Lady Gaga music video and stuff. When I go into a Lady Gaga music video and I go through the comments of like, oh, you know, there's like other people that saying that, oh, they love this song, yada yada yada, and there's always a fucking there's always comments of like, oh, especially when I go to like older music videos, like for example Bad Romance, the Bad Romance music video, Poker Face, Alejandro, Telephone, yada yada yada, all those kind of stuff. Like those the music videos before like before the Joanne era, you know, the Joanne and Stars Born and Beyond, those types of era, I would always always see those fucking comments of like, oh, I miss this old Gaga, oh, I miss this blah 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 blah, this, I miss that, or even yet, oh, they're like kind of surprised of, oh, she looks prettier with less makeup on, yada yada yada. All of that, it was like all those type of things is sometimes like putting my shoes into that in a perspective of the artist. It's very disrespectful to say that. Not Also, not even just Lady Gaga, but also I remember quite clearly during Fall Out Boy's Mania, you know, the Mania, when Fall Out Boy's Mania came out, I remember Young and the Menace came out, just, you know, they released Young and Menace as one of their singles for the first time, and people are losing their shit, calling them sellouts and all that, and or you know, Danger Days and stuff, or like After Laughter came up for Paramore, and people are like apparently not liking it, and like Fall Out Boy Fall Out Boy fans calling them sellouts because the music changed. I'm sorry. Let me just blow my nose for a bit because I'm very sip on, like very sniffly. Okay, I'm back. Ah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm still like my nose is still kind of stuffy, but I don't think my voice would I don't think my voice is, is like you can hear if it isn't stuffy or something, but I do have I do have kind of, it's kind of annoying to like breathe through my nose right now because I like one of them is blocked. One of my noses is blocked. I'm like, oh, it's annoying. Anyways, so yeah, like, those types of comment of like, just because an artist tries to change it up a bit, they're already a sellout or something, or like, it's kind of it's kind of disrespectful of like like it's okay, like at first it's definitely okay to miss all those things, like, it's like definitely okay to miss all these things, but at the same time, don't say it out loud to people, especially to the artist themselves. Like, I know probably Lady Gaga won't see that type of thing, those type of comments, probably won't read them, but at the same time, out of respect rather of the things that for the direction of their art, out of respect, please, I beg of you, not just for artists, even for livers, don't say that type of things. You can say it in your you can say that shit in private, no one would fucking care. Just don't say it, like, address it to them, because if that's where they're happy, that's where they're happiest, let them, because, and also it's kind of funny, especially for some little monsters here. I know y'all motherfuckers. I like, first of all, I don't think they'll see it, but I am like, in a way, I'm kind of critical, I guess, because like, sometimes I would compare to like, the in the VTuber, the fandom I'm in the VTubing community, to the other fandoms that I am in. I'm like, God, Jesus Christ, what are y'all doing? It's like, oh God, this is like, I always say it. I think I'm always like thankful that, and as a kindred, we're kind of, I'm always thankful being a kindred, but at the same time, I look at the other fandoms I'm in, I'm like, oh, maybe because it's like of course it's like different the dynamics and cultures are surrounding pop culture, anime fandom and VTubing fandom is like, you have very different cultures and stuff. Of course, you would see like one of the fires are bigger than the other and all that, but yeah. And yeah, and so I'm like, Jesus Christ, guys, like, don't you remember that she doesn't, like, sometimes I look at Little Monsters thing saying that, oh, like, her best eras are this and that and stuff, and like they kind of miss the old Gaga and all that. It's like, it's okay to miss the old Gaga, but trying to address that shit towards her, or like, just don't say it publicly, man. Like, or like putting her in this type of box where she even say it on one of her like perform live performance of, she doesn't want to be put into a box. I remember that clearly because I've watched, I think it was the Apple music live performance during the art pop era. I know this, like, I know that's like a very very quite niche quite niche thing for me to reference, but I do remember of her doing that monologue of like not wanting to be put into a box, and yeah, it's just like she always say it, I guess. And also we've always seen it that she will change up, You know, she's like a chameleon and stuff, and she will always change. And it's okay to miss them, miss the old things, but at the same time, you can't be stuck in the past. You know, as much as it hurts that change fucking hurts. I I've been through a lot of changes in life. I think all of us have been through a lot of changes in life, whether it's minor or major ones. And sometimes we have to grow, and sometimes we have to grow out of certain things. And there will always be pain, but at the end of the day, um, if it's for the better, and if it's for like being happy, you know, even if it hurts, sometimes we just have to go through it, you know? And yeah, it hurts. Change hurts. There's no such thing in this world that is not, you know, covered in pain, but someday we'll learn from it. You know, and that's with like this for like the plastic cow of sometimes you don't have it's a more of a thing of like don't put so much expectation, or like don't lump someone into a box, because you will never know that they could do something more than just mooing. Give them a chance to, you know, to do what they actually wanted to do. Give them like support, you know, an utmost support of whatever they're trying to do with their craft. Because like the most like thing, this is also in like the video here, the video we're talking about, is that in the burger joint thing, where where the plastic cow, you know, where they found where the gimmick is the plastic cow, is that the food was okay, even though the plastic cow the plastic cow is the novelty, but the food that they serve is okay. It's like, as much as it's a novelty, some you won't really enjoy something that is not made with love. Like, yeah, there's novel, like, yeah, it's unique in some stuff, but if it's something that is not made with passion, and if you cannot feel the passion and happiness while making it, it's not hitting as it's supposed to hit, you know? Like, we could be thankful about the things of the past that made us happy once, but if we keep on doing it, and we realize, and we hit to the point of we're not enjoying it anymore, and we still keep on doing it just because it makes people happy, it's it at the end it'll just destroy you, and it'll just hurt you. You know, sometimes we get like people would you know, would always have this thing of like, you know, like it's with this of like with milk, you know, we're not alleviating the cow's pain, we just wanted to drink it, you know, we just want to drink the milk they produce. And like, yeah, it's true, because of course that's what entertainment is. We live to perform. we we give a part of us, we give our soul and our heart into art, and show it to the world, and we'll just wait for, you know, people to, you know, consume it, and once they like it, they will demand for more. That's what this industry is, as far as I could like see at this point. And yeah, no one that's the thing of like the final statement of that, and for like the plastic cow, like just being a cow in general, I guess, of do like just trying to do whatever, being all that is at the end is for not also their benefit but also to our benefit, because no one wants, no, you can really enjoy something that is not made of out of love, like as much as it's novel, as much as it's like unique to you, at the like looking at it further, and if there's no heart to what they're doing, and you can't feel the passion that was poured into it, it's the novelty will just not will not reach some sort of longevity, you know. So yeah, I think that's all for that's all for like that's all I can think about. That's all my thoughts about, like, plastic cow, and it's a very powerful type of it's a very powerful video of that makes you really think about a lot. It really makes you think about the way you treat artists and like content creators in general, because we always have this thing that we put them in a pedestal, but sometimes we forget that they're humans, that they have feelings, they have wants, they have needs, and they have feelings that sometimes like for the sake of entertaining us, sometimes they would try to hide it away from us. And I guess I'm like very I'm very like touchy upon like I'm very I would let one thing I dislike about like in this entertainment industry of of like we're treating these artists, these content creators that who genuinely works hard for their craft and stuff, as like nothing but mere spectacles, where at the same time we should develop, I think, like, I know it's not a responsibility, but I guess in a way I know, I maybe because like I feel so much for them, of like I don't want them, I want them to be at their best, because I know they could be best, and I want them to be as happy. You want them to be happy in whatever they're doing, because it's their dream. It's that, like, the things that they create is a part of them, and I don't like seeing them in in this very odd scrutiny at sometimes, of like we set so much expectations for them, and as if as if they know as if they know fully know us, and if like it's just basic empathy of like excuse me, of like if people set so much expectations for you, and if like people would always put you in a certain box, won't you feel so suffocated? you know that's that's like my, I guess that's my closing remark about this. And yeah, hopefully please, again, if you're gonna, again, I would highly recommend you, before going into this, I would highly recommend to watch the whole thing first before going into this, because I don't have a very good memory. First of all, I don't have a very good memory, so, and I have like starting this, I've watched the thing twice, but I've never watched the thing before starting the stream. I've watched the plastic cow days ago, when I was like days ago, like the night before I was supposed to stream, but then boop boop, I got a bit sick, so I wasn't able to. Basically, I'm just trying to recall my the way that the, recall it in a very bad way. Well, sorry that my brain is a bit mush. I haven't been taking my brain pills. Ugh. I should have to go back because I think I tried to drink ginkgo biloba again, and the like boop boop, my immunity to it is gone to shit. But anyways, hope it's fun. Actually fun. I didn't realize. I guess with a lot of stalling, I got to it's an hour and a half. It's gonna be almost 2 hours. I did not expect that though, even with the amount of stalling that I did. But yeah, this is the first too many of me just rambling on one thing, and it's really fun. This is like one of the things that I really want to say. I really want to do is just sit here and just talk about stuff that I watch that I really really like, or stuff that I read or stuff that I listen to, and yeah, I'm looking forward to making more of this. Maybe well, actually next week probably we'll do another one. It's not all. It's not. I have one thing. It's not like it's not this again. I don't. You're not gonna. I'm not gonna give you a fucking assignment before before this. I'm not gonna give you an assignment before this anymore, unless I'll have to like make you unless I have to like heavy context on what I'm trying to talk about. But yeah, I'm still gonna give up spoilers, especially if it's like movies or books that I love. But yeah, that's it for today. I haven't eaten lunch and I need to take a nap because actually story time before I leave. 4:30, like around 4:30 a.m. I was like trying to fix my sleep schedule. Actually, I slept at around 1. Don't like I like right now I slept. The way that I sleep is so terrible that I always sleep at either 2:30 or 3 or horribly 4 a.m. Okay, so I was trying to fix it because I'm horrible. Like I have 2 weeks left, and 2 weeks left of not going before I go back to uni. So basically, me going back to uni means I have to stream less. I know, but it's still far, but but so yeah, I'm trying to fix my sleeping schedule, but also it also helps me to not to have to have like a better sleeping schedule so that I could do a lot more, and I have a lot of projects to do to at least I have something to give you while I'm away. But yeah, so yeah, you have that. So yeah, 4:30 a.m. earlier, I got woken up by the power outage, and apparently before I could I got awoken because like I couldn't feel, because I can't sleep without like air, like air blowing, or like without any fan or an air conditioner blowing, with like someone like I can't sleep without feeling air and all that stuff, or like I can't sleep without electricity, like sleep or function without electricity. I'm more like a robot if you think about it, but like you know what I'm saying. So I woke up and I couldn't sleep because you woke up, there's no lights, there's no electricity, of course you're gonna wake up pissed, right? So yeah, I checked my good thing I have some data in my phone. I go through like the Facebook page of like the electricity cooperative, I guess. Yeah, cooperative, electricity cooperative of my region, and there's apparently a scheduled powered outage, scheduled power outage of like today at 4, at 4 to 4:30, and it's like, huh, what? In this morning, are you fucking stupid? Jesus Christ! Of like 4 to 4:30, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like my eyes are still hurt from my eyes sting from the brightness of my the brightness of my screen, even though it's not that bright. Like, I look at the goddamn thing, it's like I have to like squint more. Of like 4 to 4:30 a.m. 4 to 4:30 a.m. Are you fucking kidding me? For 30 minutes? That's what you what? And then I was like, okay, fuck. What, after 30 minutes, then it's like I'm kind of a bit relieved because it's not like half of like the whole day, because they sometimes do that, by the way. Sometimes and they do that like the whole day, the more like 6 in the like 6:30 to like 6 in the evening, and I'm like, holy shit, what am I gonna do the whole fucking day? Basically, well, all I do is sleep. That's all I do. And if there's a power outage and I'm at home. And then 4:30 came. Nothing came. And then holy shit, and I'm starting to get pissed. And then it's like around 5. It's like, oh fuck, they're gonna open at 5:30 or something. 5 or 5:30. I'm like, yeah, they did. Whatever the time indicated wasn't like met. It's like, fuck you guys. And like, and then like beyond the 30-minute mark, when on 4 when I woke up at 4 a.m. because of the power outage, I'm like wide awake now, because and then I can't fall asleep because I'm so pissed. And also like I'm so pissed because I'm not sleepy anymore at 4 a.m. when I'm trying to fix my fucking sleep schedule. So yeah, that's what happened earlier. And also it's like, I'm also like kind of worried before I checked into the thing that they might be a whole day. So that means I couldn't stream this, and I'll fucking hate myself if I couldn't. I'll be freaking pissed if I couldn't, if they did if they do the thing of like not, if they make us not like, you know, if there's a power outage till the evening, I'll be so pissed, dude. But yeah, that's what happened. And currently I'm still sniffling. My throat hurts and I haven't eaten lunch yet, and I need to take a nap because I haven't slept. I need sleep. But yeah, I hope you're, I know, the hunkies are getting into me. I'm starting to like feel weak. I know. Don't be like me, okay? Eat your lunch. Eat properly, please, and drink some water and take care of yourself. Anyways, thank you for coming to my stream, and thank you for hearing me ramble. And I hope, and there will be more of this with me to come. Some will be less researched than before. Some will be, you know, just me rambling about it for a long time, because these are like, this is me just opening up of the things that I want to talk about, and things that I've been wanting to talk about and wanting to share, and I would love to share it with you through here. And I hope you enjoy, and I can't wait for the next one. It's gonna be fun. Also, yeah, goodbye and take care. Meow. Anyways, eat. Where's the fucking mic? Okay, bye. Okay, bye. I don't think if you can hear me with the ending screen music. I'm gonna lower it, you know. I'm gonna lower it a little. Alright. Goodbye.